Hi boys and girls, it's art time with Mrs. Kind, and today's drawing is a snowman in perspective, or we call him a snowman with a worm's eye view, like we're a worm laying on the ground and looking up at our snowman. So we're going to draw our snowman. He's going to start on this side of the paper and he's going to go all the way over to the other side. So go ahead and get your supplies ready and we're going to start. Alright boys and girls, we're going to start like we always do. Let's warm our hands up. Let's rub our hands together. Let's wiggle our fingers. Let's open and close our hands. Let's roll our wrists one way and roll them the other way. Alright, today's drawing I'm going to be using a blue piece of construction paper, but if you don't have that, that's okay. You can use a white piece of paper. Just switch to a different color crayon. You could draw on white paper with a blue crayon if you wanted to, or a different color, or a gray crayon. It's your choice, but I'm going to be using this white crayon. In today's drawing, I want to make sure that my snowman kind of fills up my paper. And remember, we're laying on the ground looking up at him. So we're going to start by drawing. Right here, we're going to draw our first line for our snowman, and it's going to cross from here all the way over. Remember, sometimes I like to make a practice mark. So we're going to take it and we're going to draw our first line up this way. I'm going to draw it again so you can see it a little bit better. So that's the bottom of our snowman. And then we're going to draw our next line going this way. And we're going to draw the middle part of our snowman going up like this and back around. And then we're going to draw the head of our snowman. And he is going to go from here up and around. And that is kind of light, so I'm going to go back through, darken it up. You don't have to darken yours. You can see it, then you're fine. Darken it up a little bit right through here. Now we're going to add a scarf to our snowman right now. I'm just going to try to draw some things out so I have them on here. So I'm going to add the scarf to my snowman, and I'm going to draw it with this green crayon, and it's just going to be a long curved rectangle this way. And then I'm going to have his tail of his scarf come down like this, and I'm going to have the other one blowing back here. And remember, boys and girls, you can add all kinds of things to that in a little bit, where we're just going to try to put the things on our drawing that we want. I'm also going to put a little hat on my snowman, and I'm going to do two curved lines right here. I'm going to make him connect, and then his hat's just going to go off the side of the paper. So he's going to fill up that whole part of the paper. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some shading to our snowman. We're going to put some white shading because each layer of our snowman is going to have a lot of white on it. So go ahead and if you're using blue, get your blue crayon. If you're using white, and we're going to shade closer to this line. We're going to make that wider, and it is going to get a little bit lighter. I'm going to not press as hard as I come down. So I'm pressing less every time. I'm going to shade this bottom part of my snowman. Or you can always go back and add more whenever you want to. And as I come down, I'm going to just do a little bit less. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and I can come back later. I'm going to do the same thing to this next part of my snowman. And I'm going to press harder up against the line that I drew, and less as I come down toward the middle. I'm going to do that here too. And I'm going to come back and add some more detail in a little bit, so we're just going to try to get some of this in here. Now for the top of his head, I'm going to do the same thing, and I might just color his whole head in white. So just go ahead and add a lot of white to his face. If you want to, you can leave some shading too if you want, but remember, if you're using another color, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and add all of that. Alright, so the next part, I would like to go through and add his eyes. So I'm going to take a black crayon, and then I'm going to add some square shaped eyes. You add whatever shape your eyes are going to be for your snowman, but you can put those in here. And then I'm going to add his smile here. And then I'm going to give him a few buttons right here. So we're going to add all of this right here on our snowman. Now I'm going to add a carrot nose to him too. I want him to have a carrot shaped nose, so I'm just going to kind of add that part right here. Remember, that's 2 straight lines and it has a curved line on the back. I'm going to add that part. Now we can go through and add some more detail to the scarf that we made. Now you can make your scarf however you want it. I think my scarf is going to have some orange and green stripes to it, but you do yours however you want. You can make any colors you want on your scarf. I'm going to go ahead and add those right now. And then I'm going to add some going this way. So you add whatever details you want to your scarf. And then I'm going to add some tassels down here. And I'm going to mix my green and my orange tassels up. And then make them both. Okay, so then we can go through here and add some stripes here too. And just switch back and forth between whatever colors. If you decided to do stripes, you might have decided to do polka dots. You use whatever pattern you want, or yours might just be a solid color, which is also okay. There we go. And now we're going to add the hat, and I'm going to just make the hat have some stripes on it too, just kind of like the scarf, but they're going to be a little bit wider. And I'm going to make the top of his hat a solid green. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit more detail to our snowman. And one of the things I'm going to do is, we've done this with some other projects on here, but I'm going to use a gray crayon to do some shading up in here where his hat is. So right where his hat kind of sits on his head, I'm going to add a little bit of gray up here to do a little bit of shading. And then right below where his scarf is, I'm going to add some shading there and right beside it here. Okay, you can do that if you like. And then I'm going to take my brown crayon and I'm going to give my snowman some arms. So he's going to just have some little arms. Remember, they're stuck into the snow, so they're going to kind of come out, and they can be branches however you want. Remember, you make a snowman, you just find a branch and stick it in his arm. For his arms, so you can make them turn up, you can make them go whichever way you want. This one, I think I'm going to have it turn up a little bit more so he'll fit onto this. There we go. So he has a couple of arms. Now we can go back and we can add a little more detail to our snowman. We can add and make his, I can fill in his eyes a little bit more if I want to. I had some white areas on there and I want to fill them in a little bit more. I might round them just a little bit. Alright, so boys and girls, there is our worm's eye view of a snowman. Remember, I always want you to sign your work, sign your name, not mine. But I'm going to write Mrs. Kime on mine, and I hope you have a great day and you enjoyed our perspective snowman, our worm's eye view. And I will see you next time on Art Time with Mrs. Kime. Bye-bye.